From the heart of a country searching for clarity, this is the Corelli radio program, a place for people who still believe in reason, dignity, and the quiet power of everyday citizens. My name is Sid Corelli, and I want to welcome you to episode 1. This program exists for a simple purpose, to help us think clearly again, not with outrage, not with noise, not with the chaos that has become the soundtrack of modern life, but with calm, grounded, practical understanding, the kind that strengthens a person, a family, and eventually a nation. Every episode follows the same rhythm: a theme, a story, a principle, and a way to apply it in your daily life. And at the end, we connect it all back to the prime law, the one principle that protects human freedom without exception. So let's begin. Today's theme is clarity, not as a slogan, but as a survival skill. We live in a time where confusion is profitable, where noise is engineered, and where the average person is left feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, and strangely powerless. But clarity is not something granted by an institution. It's something built inside the individual. Clarity is a discipline, a practice, a way of seeing the world without distortion. And the moment a person becomes clear, he becomes strong. So today, we start there. I want to tell you a short story, one I've carried with me for years. There was once a lighthouse keeper on a rugged coastline. Every night, storms would roll in, waves would crash, and ships would lose their bearings. But the lighthouse keeper had one job: keep the light steady. Not brighter, not louder, not dramatic, just steady. One evening, a visitor asked him, "How do you stay calm in storms like these?" The keeper smiled and said, "I don't control the storm. I only control the light." That's clarity. Not controlling the world, but controlling your signal within it. And when your signal is steady, people around you find their way. So what does this mean for your life, today, right now? It means you don't have to match the chaos around you. You don't have to absorb the outrage of the day. You don't have to react to every headline, every argument, every digital flare-up. Clarity gives you permission to slow down, to think, to choose your direction instead of being pulled by someone else's. There are 3 practical ways to build clarity. First, reduce the noise. Not forever, just long enough to hear your own thoughts again. Second, name what matters. When you know your priorities, confusion loses its power. Third, act from principle, not pressure. Pressure is temporary. Principle is stable. Clarity is not a luxury, it's a foundation. At the heart of this program is a simple idea: that human beings deserve to live without the threat of initiatory force. That's the prime law. It's the clearest principle ever written about human freedom. It doesn't require interpretation. It doesn't require a political tribe. It doesn't require a special class of experts. It simply says no person, no group, no institution may initiate force against another. That's clarity. That's stability. That's the lighthouse. And when a society is built on that principle, people don't need to fear the government. They don't need to navigate a maze of coercion. They don't need to guess what the rules are. Everything becomes simpler, cleaner, more human. That's why this program exists, to help us rebuild that clarity inside ourselves first, and eventually inside our civilization. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode brought you a moment of clarity, hold on to it. Protect it. Build on it. Because clarity is contagious. And when one person becomes clear, others follow. If you'd like to go deeper, join our community, the Corelli community, where we continue these conversations with dignity, calm, and purpose. And if you know someone who's been feeling overwhelmed by the noise of modern life, share this episode with him. You might be the lighthouse that's needed today. Until next time, stay steady, stay principled, and keep your light on. Thank you.